really easy. Set it there and mark, and I think I went up 1 inch. So let me pause you for a second and go get my Sharpie and be right back. Okay. Basically eyeballing this and searing it up. I'm going to make a mark for this one. A mark for this one on the center. And the back one, since it's bent up, I know it's not going to be the same as everything else. So I'm just going to drill these 2 holes and then measure up, and actually I could use this as a guide to the second hole up from that one. And then that one over there, once I get it drilled in position, I can manually mark that. I think that's my goal. So okay, let me get going. And now I gotta find me a, and I'm gonna measure up 1 inch. An inch. And should be able to use this as a template. I center that one up. Ooh, I got to get it straight though. That's the only thing. And decide what's the best way to do that. Got a lot of leeway really, so. Too many angles to look at to eyeball that. So let me get those 2 down and see about marking the other 2 once I get it good. And okay. If I have to, I can wallow that out some more. Let's see how far off I am. Oh, right on the nose. Okay. Let me see if I can get a mark in here on this one. Okay. Flip it over and see if there's anything I can see there. Yeah, on that one I think I can. And that one I think I can. Get my drill and hit those 2 marks. I'm not sure of that one. Okay, I'm sure of this one. Whether I think I am. Okay, yep, I see it. May have drifted a little bit on that one. Okay, let me go back and look at this one again. These 2 on. These 3 rather. 1, 2, and 3. Let me mark that top one again. Just try to circle all around the bolt. And then nothing else, I'll get a paint stick and paint pen that's white and put a little bit of that on it. The tip of the bolt. Press it against it. Yeah, I think I may do that because these are great little things for marking. This happens to be a white one. I'm going to see if I can put some white on here. I can put a lot of it. There we go. Press on the tip and it pumps some white pink paint up toward the tip. And touch it to it. And I got me a, look at that, a nice white circle that I can drill. Way I know I'm right. Just a tad bit. And there we go, guys. We're in business. Find the rest of my hardware here. And start tightening things up. Okay, we're back today. Try to straighten up this bracket here. It looked like it was bent some, probably from me pulling on it some anyway. Plus the fact when the tire blew, probably pushed this back some. It looked like it was angled back a little bit and raked some. This is a trick about using a big adjustable to in fact, also sometimes you want to bend in a certain spot, you put it down there, put another adjustable here, and can bend it if you have it bending at the wrong place, which this looks like it's doing an okay job. Okay. This actually looks like it's going this way. I can make this around a little bit. Adjustable, but I think I can probably just get it with this. And down here and see if I can take it back. Well, that looks pretty straight up and down. Walk back here. That does look pretty good. Let me show you guys what I wasn't able to get this perfectly straight, but I think that if you continue this down the line, it seems to be okay there with it. So I'm gonna touch that up with paint before I'm done, but looks like it's doing okay. Plan is to go ahead and mount the brackets back on it. Probably going to drill some small holes, put a couple of pop rivets in it also, which will hold it when I take everything off, because right now the only thing holding it is the bolt that goes through here, which goes through both the fender and the bracket. And I want to be able to take the fenders off and have the brackets in place and just get a quick coat of paint on all of them. So now I think I'll put the fender here back on and mount that last bracket here, put that in the back. I already have that one positioned and mounted, just got to put it back in position. And once I mount that back one, then I'll see about drilling the small holes and putting some pop rivets in it, and I'll bring you guys back online. Okay, I got that last bracket on. Now I'm going to drill 2 3/16 inch holes in every bracket. I think I'll do that one down here, the other one up high. Okay, you get the idea. I'll do another one up here, and then I'm going to do that in all the other ones. And the reason for that is what I'll do then is disassemble the fender, then put each bracket back in place with pop rivets from the back side, so it will be basically flush. And that way the brackets will be in place, And then basically I just have to take that nut and bolt out whenever I want to take the fenders off. The brackets will stay put. That's my idea anyway. Wish I had a welder to play with, but I don't, so this is what I have to do. Okay, let's get the flapper disc out. Yeah. The idea behind this is I know that these edges are going to hit the plastic, and I did screw up one of my brackets. You look at the back one back there, you see how a little bit of a crown in it? Well, when I mounted this one, the crown's on this one instead of that one. So what I ended up doing was putting a couple of washers in here to get it. I might get the torch out and bend this a little bit to give a little bit of a crown. If I'd have known it, I could have put it back in the vise, but over here I can't get a grip on it to get it to bend right in here, or else just put a couple of washers so that it's not flexing it, because this has a little bit of a bow on the back side. So other than that, I think it's just about time to put some paint on it and continue on. I got that painted up. It looks pretty good. And now I'm going to see about putting the fender on the tow dolly. Let me set you down. And if you can sit back and watch. There we go. All else fails, persuade it. Washers and nuts. And let's see, where's my drill here? I just had it. Where did I lay it down? Oh, here it is, sitting right in front of me. Okay. Okay, let's see if these 1/4 inch line up. Now the 1/4 20s. That one's going in. I'm using nylocks on all these bolts and nuts and nylocks so that it won't vibrate off going down the road, and I don't have to worry about lock washers. Okay. Yeah. This is the one that I had problems with the hitting it, and I think I'm going to put a washer behind it. Maybe 2. Spacing. It's in there. Put a wrench on that. Okay. Yeah. It's about 95 to 97 degrees out here with probably 100% humidity. So I tend to be sweating a lot today. Welcome to Virginia in the summertime. Oops. Okay, and one more, I think we'll be in business on this side anyway. The one I was beating around some and bending, see if it still lines up. Oh yeah, popped right through. Here we go. Nut. And right now. Okay, I don't think that's going to go too much there. Being that there's no suspension, it is going to get bounced around a lot. So I wanted to make sure that I had some extra, support out here. If it was probably mounted on the side of a trailer where it was flat all the way up here, probably wouldn't have needed that. But just making sure. The original fenders had a little support, but mainly these little corner brackets here, and they just went into the plastic corners. They didn't even go into the metal at all. And in fact, I may end up using them on the back side with a light saw, but for right now, I'm not sure. See how that goes. But it doesn't look too bad. And I'll just stick a tire on there and see what it looks like on it. But it looks damn good, I think. I think I'm going to turn these around. I bought some little shorter ones too. But I think I'm going to turn those around. That's the only thing I'm going to do to that side. I did it like that on the other side. Put the heads out and the threads and the nut down. But I also bought some 3/4 and those are 1 inch. So I think I got good clearance all the way around. Like I said, I don't have the lug nuts on there right now. But there's no movement in here whatsoever because there's no suspension on the tow dolly. So I should have it okay. I haven't really looked. Let me see if I can see anything. Y'all might be able to. Yeah, I am a little close right there. Let's see once I tighten it up. Oh, that's right. There we go. That looks better. Yeah. I am a little close right there. Let's see if I can do something about that. That is... What is that? The head of the nut, I think. Yeah. I may end up having to bow that back a little bit. If I do, I'll let you know. Hi guys, well I'm back, and this is a trial and error. Sometimes more error than trial, but anyway, I made a change here. I was concerned about the protrusion of the rivets and the head of the bolt there, so I ended up drilling out the rivets, putting the rivets in the other direction, getting some flathead 1/4-20s. And putting them in like that. And so now I'm going to end up putting the fender back on, tightening it all up. I'm going to end up having to drill those little holes. Actually, I did drill through when I was drilling these holes originally with the 3/16" bit. I'll probably just take a 1/4" bit and just make it so there's slip over those with no problem. And if everything looks good, then I'll do the same thing to the other side over there. Okay, I got the fender mounted on this side we were just looking at, and as you can see, that looks a lot more flush than they did before. It's very secure. Oh, I haven't even tightened that nut up yet. I'm going to tighten up everything just to make sure. And I think outside I'm going to call it done. Call it a day. It's about 95 degrees and feels like 100% humidity. So just thinking about work builds up a sweat. Ended up doing the same thing to this side over here by using the screw 1/4-20s instead of the hex nut, and then drilling out and replacing the rivets so that it's flatter on this side. And I'll verify my clearance here with the wheel. I think that's probably the high part of the wheel is the only bad part. This out here where this bolt isn't out quite as far as this, but it's not at the high part of the wheel. So, but there's absolutely no play at all in this because there's no suspension. So anyway, get my tires mounted and move on to the rest of the project. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. I know I did. Well, we're back with a finished project now. The dolly's complete. I took it for a test spin just around the block with no car on it. By the way, dollies bounce an awful lot with no weight on them. There's no suspension. I did end up, this right here, the bolt head, I ended up painting them black. It didn't stand out quite as much. Had the tires mounted. These are my lights installed. And wire harness tied back, tie wrapped back in place. And it looks pretty good, I think. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And putting up a couple more videos of different projects I have coming up. Wiring up the lighting on this, some solar stuff. I have a lot of solar panels on the top of my motorhome. I plan on doing one probably if it isn't too hot when I put the car on the dolly, for those of you who haven't used a tow dolly. Especially with a new vehicle now that's really low to the ground. A lot of times you end up having to add a couple of blocks of wood, which I've got set up, I carry with me to get my Chevy Volt up on here and off without tearing up the lower dam on it. And different things that we do full-timing. Full-timing, by the way, is living full-time in an RV, a recreational vehicle. Been doing it now for 20 years. Enjoy it. It has its disadvantages at times because I wish I had some heavy equipment and a nice garage to work in, but I don't. So we just kind of make the best that we can with what we have, like a lot of y'all out there. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and check back soon.